This video is sponsored by OWC. Apple finally updated its Magic Keyboard, the one that you get for your Mac, that is. And while I guess they did that back when the company released its 24-inch iMac, these are the exact same keyboards, by the way, you can actually order one of those right now separately in your favorite color, assuming your favorite color is silver and only silver, since that's the only option available for some strange reason. But yeah, we bought a full numeric keypad one for $179, and while I do have some thoughts on this keyboard that I wanted to share, I also have some information that's important before you buy one. The first thing to know is that there are 3 different versions: a normal keyboard without the numeric keypad and also with no Touch ID, and that goes for $99. Then you can get the one with Touch ID for $149. And then there's also one that I have here with a numeric keypad and Touch ID for a whopping $179. It's expensive, I know, but I mean, I didn't really expect anything else. I was, however, expecting this keyboard to be like the last generation, and for the most part, it's pretty similar, but there are some key differences that I've noticed. For starters, Touch ID. It acts as sort of a sleep-wake button too, but primarily it's for unlocking your Mac, authenticating passwords, and authenticating purchases. Now, here's the most important part of this video. Do not buy this keyboard if you have an Intel Mac. This only works with an M1 Mac in terms of Touch ID. The keyboard will work, but there are some key features that don't work, so there's really no point in buying this one. Just get the last generation if you have an Intel Mac. So if you have an M1 Mac Mini, an M1 MacBook Air, or an M1 MacBook Pro, or even the new M1 iMac, then you can use Touch ID. Intel Mac owners can use this keyboard, again, like I said, but you'll just have to completely ignore the Touch ID key, as it does absolutely nothing. Actually, the entire function row is kind of useless on an Intel Mac. I'd recommend, again, just getting that older model, but if you really want to get a Magic Keyboard for your Intel Mac, this new version, then you'll have to remap some of the keys, and not all of them will work. So like for me right now, I've noticed the play pause, the volume controls, none of that worked. I was able to remap the do not disturb and mission control, but again, it just does not seem worth it. When we switch over to an M1 MacBook Pro here, everything works just fine, and you'll have the ability to control brightness, do not disturb, spotlight search, you can enable dictation from the keyboard, and again, playback and volume will also work just fine. And of course, you'll have Touch ID. There's also a new glow button for easier access for different keyboard types like emojis, which is very nice to have too. But yeah, other than that, you're looking at a very similar experience in design. I do still think these white keys feel different than the black ones that I have here. They just feel smoother or maybe more matte. I'm not totally sure what the difference is, but I do feel a difference. Either way, for those who have an M1 Mac at home and you want to add Touch ID security when docked via this Magic Keyboard, it's expensive, but it's probably worth it for that convenience and security. You can also get a matching Magic Trackpad and Magic Mouse too, and yes, it's also only limited to the silver color option right now, but of course, I'd love to know your thoughts on everything about the keyboard in the comments down below. And before we end today's video, I do want to give you more information about today's sponsor, OWC. OWC has tons of products for your Mac, and earlier this year they launched the incredible OWC Envoy Pro Electron SSD. This is OWC's fastest and toughest mini-sized USB-C bus-powered drive that the company offers, and it's super fast. The drive touts incredible real-world performance due to it being powered by OWC's Aura SSD, offering users super fast transfer speeds. It's incredibly small and can fit in your pocket easily, but it's also built like an absolute tank. Even though it boasts a lot of power, it's still really cool under the hood thanks to that aircraft-grade aluminum housing that really helps dissipate the heat. And for more information about the new Envoy Pro Electron or anything else that OWC has to offer, click the link in the description down below. This has been Dan with Mac Rumors. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you around in the next video.